Hello there, fabulous Leo and Leo rising. This is 2017 forecast and February 2017 general forecast. This is your year, Leo, for sure, because we have the eclipses, North Node Leo, and the eclipses in Leo and Aquarius. So big things for you personally will be happening this year. For everyone, we're experiencing a 1 year. If you add up 2, 0, 1, and 7, comes to a 1 year, and it is very expressive of both Mars and Uranus. It's expressive of coming and being creatively who you are, coming into your authenticity. This is the year where we are fully supported because we've got a grand fire trine. And if you are a Leo born around 14, 15, 16, 17, 18th, or 22 degrees Leo rising, or any Leo rising, you're feeling this because you're part of this grand fire trine. We've got Saturn in Sagittarius. We've got Uranus in Aries. They are in support, which means we have support for being who we need to want to be, that we have been bringing forward. Whoever this is that's inside of you, this authentic creative source. Venus was in your sign, retrograde in the summer of 2015, helping you to get down into that creative heart energy and bring forth bits of passion. We are celebrating that time period now because Venus in its cycle, and Venus cycles are amazing. You can refer back to some of my Venus videos. I did one actually in March, this past March, to talk about the cycles of Venus and how important it is that our sister planet here on Earth, it rules both our finances, our love, what we are attracting, what we desire. These are big things. It creates and sets up our power of attraction, manifesting, and then Mars is a trigger planet that goes and gets that. So we have to have clarity in our intentions. We have to bring forth something from within. And it is our vibration that attracts our tribe. It is our thoughts that become things. What we think about, we attract and bring about. We have to constantly keep our mind and our actions in the abundant mode. Speak in abundant ways. Speak positively about ourselves. Those are how we attract better for us. This is your year, Leo. So be the best that you can be. You're creating a new you in many ways. The eclipses this year are repeating from 19 years ago. Every 19 years, things kind of repeat because the eclipses are in the exact same degree. So they will affect your natal chart in the exact same areas. You can email me for personal chart readings, and this helps you see exactly where it's affecting you amongst your other many planets that you have besides your sun. So in a year where the eclipses are in your sign, this is about really coming out with something new. And because it's a North Node Leo, this is new, personal, very personal for you, personal directions, personal development. What other notes here do I have? It's, it's your potential. So you're looking at new things. It could be a new job, a new career. Those are big things, obviously. How you present yourself. Moving to a new area because you have a new job. Everything is new. You're recreating yourself. So this is a time to take note of your health. Take note of your mindset, especially. And if you do one thing in 2017, create a positive mindset, bring yourself back to a positive mindset. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to get up and go outside. Allow nature to infuse you, to readjust you, to readapt you. And using positive mantras, meditating, positive inspirational thoughts, insights. Leave little notes for yourself. Building up your self-image, your self-esteem, because that is what's going to radiate. It's hard to cover that up in all areas. Venus this year is going to retrograde. Venus is retrograding in Aries. So we still have a little time to capture that Venus-Neptune that I was speaking about that happened on January the 10th or 11th. Venus, the 12th actually. Venus and Neptune came together. It's planting a seed of what our dream board. So you still have time to put that together. Google Picasso is a really fun way to put that together on your laptop. And Venus is going to go into its shadow on January the 30th. And then it is going to go retrograde March to 4th. So be in that shadow period, January the 30th to March 4th. We have a time period of area that we're going to cross over. So we might be getting subtle clues about what we need, what we want, this authentic part of us that we're bringing forward. And of course, with the Aquarius new moon, bringing forth invention, imagination, breaking the mold, closing doors behind us and moving forward. We're going to be getting some of that. This is about reinventing us, and we're supported now to go do that. So Venus in Aries retrograde till April the 15th, the midway point, write this down, March the 25th. Venus and Sun come together. We get some awakening. We usually get news. It might not be good news. It's news at this time. It can be any kind of news. I've seen it where you get news of, I actually purchased my first iPad then when I was going to start, this is years ago, when I was going to start to do my classes. I had this vision of what I wanted to do in my lectures. I've heard of people find out about their significant other in cheating situations. That's romantic stuff. So it can be the whole gamut, but it's whatever you need to know. You're going to be in a place where you're finding out this is who you are, and you're going to be putting that together. Okay? And then April 15th, Venus goes direct, and it stays there in Aries through June 5th, 6th, okay? So we've got a long time. This area of your chart, Leo, is your 9th house. 9th house, Aries. This has to do with long distance, things at a distance, travel, foreigners, opening up to new philosophies, thinking, thoughts, taking classes, expanding your mind in some ways. So through doing that, you can find out who you are. And that's the Aries part. Where Aries is in your chart is where you find out who you are. So Venus is recapturing some of this because it wants to go deep down in. And when Venus is retrograde, like I said, it's not about you getting new clothing to feel better. It's not no plastic surgery during this time. It's about going inside and recapturing that gift inside of you to bring out. Okay, so Venus retrograde years are very big, very important. And then Venus, of course, will be moving in the summer after June into your 10th house of career, public appearance, public image, and you'll be shining there because wherever Venus goes, it brings you little goodies. Okay? So Saturn is the other big thing for the year. Saturn continues to stay in your 5th house. It will stay there through December 2017. Then it's going to go into your 6th house. 6th house has to do with your health. So if you haven't been taking care of yourself, although Pluto has been there transforming you completely since 2008, when you may have had some type of health crisis at that time, there's power in this area. Saturn in the 6th has to do with my routine, how I'm eating, what I'm eating. I'm working harder. This is my job, my career. You have to take note in this area. So if there's something new, if you haven't learned about digestion, you may start to notice that you're gluten sensitive, you have leaky gut syndrome, whatever it is, you need to take care of your health, your routine. Without health, you have no wealth. It doesn't matter how much money you have. So take a note of what you're putting into your body. So, but this year, and we continue, like we have for the last a year and a half now. Saturn in Sagittarius in your 5th house. Romance. If you're dating, you can't just be with anyone. It needs to be with someone that really matches up to who you are. So, with that being said, when Venus is retrograde, I do coaching for getting back into the dating scene. It's a 6-week program. It takes you deep inside. During this Venus retrograde, it is a great time for you to go inside and recapture that. What do I really want? What do I really need in a relationship? Who am I? What are my strengths? How do I see my future? And what kind of person do I see meeting me in this future that I'm creating in my mind? Who are they? What are they? It allows you to draw them into you. It's a perfect time to do that because Saturn in the 5th is not going to settle. But when Saturn finally gets out of the 5th house in December, you may have your highest marks. Saturn gives you reward for your hard work and effort there. So this is when you may be seeing that. And of course, that's when the new moon is in Sagittarius. So you can look for some new, really great romantic opportunities there. We are having a new moon though this month that could also bring you some new opportunities in partnerships and relationships, and we'll get to that. So Saturn, you have to be responsible where that is. Most of the Saturn work has been done because we're now at the 1.5 point. So you could be getting some of the bigger rewards. This also has to do not just with relationships, but with your children. Spending more time with them, putting effort into them, but then also your creative source. If you're creating something that you made yourself, whatever it is, Leo likes to put their own signature on something. I made this. They put their own creative skill. Leo is highly creative, bringing that forward. Saturn will go retrograde in April. It stays retrograde through usually the summer. It goes direct in the end of August 25th. So right now you're working on this area. When it goes retrograde, it takes the pedal off the gas. You're going to digest what you've learned in this 5th house about creative stuff, romance, who you're dating, all of this stuff. And then it goes direct again through December, and then you get the goodies. So keep working in this area. All right, let's get on with February 2017. Now, this is highly important as well because you've got a lunar eclipse in your sign. We've got a full moon lunar eclipse, and we have a new moon in your 7th house. Leo, you're jacked this month. This is an incredible time for you to bring forth and to shine, shine, shine. All right? What was I looking for? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so let's get on with this. The new moon is January the 27th. That's next Friday. In your 7th house, that's partnerships and relationships. That can be business partnerships. If you've been looking for someone to partner up with, this is a time that you can meet them, or a time when if you met somebody a couple months ago, then things could start to flourish a little bit in the relationship zone for you. January the 28th, Mars goes into your 9th house. Mars has been in Pisces, a little bit sleepy. It's not so happy there. And then it moves into Aries and it goes into your 9th house. This is giving you energy in this area. Mars is a trigger planet. Mars is energy. It's how we act on our own behalf. The old Mars in your chart speaks about how you take action. So when you get a personal chart consultation done, personal coaching session or sessions, then we learn about where these areas are for you. But getting back to this now, the 9th house. 9th, Mars goes into Aries, so it's activating for you travel, long distance travel potentially, or you need to pick up new certifications and new learning. You're learning new things. You're opening your mind up in new ways. Foreigners then become there could be more opening up of people from the outside or traveling long distance to see people. Mars is going to be really active here, and wherever Mars is, accidents can occur as well, because Mars can be rash, it can be sudden, but it is action nonetheless. So this area of your life picks up. So that's how I'm explaining it to you, to help you understand. It's exactly the same day that Mercury gets back to 15 degrees of Capricorn in your 6th house of work and health. So at this time, you're understanding what that Mercury retrograde time period was like, because it's back to the point that it went retrograde and it's about to meet with Pluto. This is a plan for you going forward, for your routine, for your health, work, whatever's going on. If you heard something about work, you could be getting the message, the news around this time. It's a serious plan moving forward. Maybe you need to restructure something in your health or restructure something at work. Okay, February the 3rd. This is first quarter. First quarter, you take a step out. So whatever those new seeds were that you planted on January the 27th, with the new moon in Aquarius in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, you have the courage to take a step out. Any first quarter and last quarter are both action times. first quarter is about being bold enough to take the step. Last quarter is about taking into account everything that happened during this lunation time and making any adjustments to take action to go forward and complete the cycle. It is about Capricorn, because that energy speaks last quarter of Capricorn, that is accomplishing. So that's the difference between, and first quarter is more like Cancer, which is being secure enough to take the step out. Okay, Venus then moves into your 9th house as well. So love and long distance have a tie now. If you're traveling, you'll stay with, anywhere you're traveling can be nice accommodations. February the 7th, Mercury then goes into your 7th house. So February the 7th, your chatter, your talk, your thinking becomes about your partner, your partnerships, and it's the world. So this new moon, Leo, is bringing you out of the lower part of your chart. During the lower part of your chart, down here, below the horizon, you're working on yourself personally. This is personal. Now it becomes transpersonal. This is outside. You're bringing everything out to the outer world. Now you're noticed in the public. So this is a big time for you, this transition. Venus is sextile to Uranus on February the 9th. Great time here. Sextiles are opportunities. You could get opportunities for relationships, furthering your partnerships, or better client type of relationships, connected with either new ways of thinking, something you're learning, something at a distance, and travel. So this is an eye-opening day for you. Opportunity are sextiles. February the 10th, this is the lunar eclipse, full moon in your sign of Leo. Eclipses, what happens during eclipses. So eclipses, these are events that evoke major change. Eyes open. But a lunar eclipse is a full moon that is jacked up, and it's about completion. It's about celebration of something being completed. It's looking at something full bloom, and it's the results of the seeds that were planted last August when you started something new for yourself. It can be a very emotional time at this new moon. Eclipses bring major restructurings. They can bring a time of reorientation. I'm sorry. I guess I have troubles with talking because every single video I've got like a tickle in my throat after a little while. But eclipses bring attention to a certain area, and they give information, bring us information that we need to see. Something that was hidden comes out in the light so we can see it, so we can make decisions to move on. The universe wants you to sit up and pay attention during these times. And it's an awareness, and it brings, so for you though personally, this is in your personal house. This is very personal. You can be very emotional, or you can just have all eyes on you. This is a time that you're seeing, and Leos like to be seen and get the attention, and whatever you've been working on, you're going to be seen for what you're doing. February 11th, I'm adding this in, and February 14th, because Sun is trine Jupiter, and then Sun is sextile to Saturn. So Jupiter and Saturn are providing you opportunity here to get grounded in what you're doing, and also to get more inspired and to get more enthusiastic about those goals that you have. And in your relationships with your clients, your partnerships, or relationships. So those are good days for you. Put those in your planner. February the 18th is the last quarter moon. We talked about last quarter. That's making adjustments for everything that we learned going forward. The Sun enters Pisces that day. The Sun then enters your 8th house. The 8th house has to do with, if you're talking about relationships, it's taking it to the next level. It's delving into something that's more committed. It is creating more intimacy. It's sexual in nature. It's the Scorpio house. So it's mergers. It's also the house that relates to joint finances. It's all of your credit card debt, your mortgages, your loans, how you're investing your money. It's taxes that you may owe, all of that. So the Sun gets in there, and then we're going to have another eclipse in that area. So listen, eclipses show up at least 3 months in advance. So these areas are not new for you. It's just bringing things to light now. So now we're getting the news, but you could have inklings that things are changing in these areas for you. The ninth house. This is the final solar eclipse that we're having on February 26th. And this solar eclipse is coming at a time when Mars is very active. Mars is joining Uranus in your ninth house. Sudden events can happen. And so this is the same kind of energy that creates bombs. This is like sudden explosions. And it's also sudden thought, but it's pushing forward with that Uranus that we're all supposed to be taking hold of and moving forward. And because it's in part of a grand fire trine, it's great. What it is, so then Mars is triggering this grand fire trine. Mars is triggering Saturn and trine to Uranus. So we're going in forwards in ways that make us feel unique and authentic to who we are. Saturn is supporting that, giving it structure, giving it responsibility. And this full moon lunar eclipse a few weeks prior to this eclipse coming up in Pisces is this you. It's all about you. So getting yourself tidied up and moving forward. So if you've got any cleanup going on in your 8th house still, this eclipse will bring it up and will show you what you need to do, what you need to work on to restructure that so you can move forward. February, these are great days. Oh, I already gave you the Mercury days, the 16th, the 20th, 21st, and 23rd for making plans there. Don't forget February 22nd, go back to that. In your planner, Mars is squaring Pluto that day. Very powerful because Mars and Pluto came together October the 19th. Also powerful because 15 degrees of Capricorn, that's where Mercury went direct. So this is a big day here, both on January 29th when Pluto and Mercury come together. Then again, February 22nd when Mars squares Pluto. It's kind of bringing that out again. And bringing that, so we're taking a step, moving forward. Courage to move forward to transform our foundations. Pluto. You're moving forward, it can be with work. Maybe you have to travel more with your job. Something's at a distance here. So we're moving with that kind of energy. Okay, Leo, fabulous month coming up. This is you, this is your year, and I'm really excited for you. I'm wearing currently a crystal. This is really great for the time of Aquarian and Aquarius. Here, this is obsidian, and this is from Love 13. This is an obsidian bracelet. It's about protection, grounding. It's part of the root chakra. Now, when we had our very first Pluto-Uranus square in the sky back in June 2012, this was activating that root chakra at that time. This is about changing the foundation, shaking it up so we can create something new. So Saturn is the ruler of your, one of the rulers, along with Uranus, of your 7th house of partnerships. Those are in agreement now. So if you're looking for partnership and relationship, this is a great time. They work out. But so obsidian is really great for that. Grounding. Also, let's talk about a couple of essential oils that you can utilize this month. Ylang ylang, a friend, and frankincense, rose, lavenders, those open up emotionally. This is more for Aquarius, but it's the Aquarius energy, visionary. Frankincense also very good for that. It's great healing too. You can rub it on your skin in certain areas that need attended for inflammation and healing. And I'm getting a stuffy nose, I don't know why. But all right, well, thank you for watching my videos. It's been a great year building up my YouTube channel here. I've been an astrologer and studied heavy for over 25 years, and I am in gratitude to all of you that follow me and share my channel and subscribe. Google+. Reach out to me with an email, kkastrology.com. Ask me a question, set up a personal coaching session or sessions, and I will help you transform your life going forward here in 2017.